Welcome once again to Artemis Fowl's Inventions. I'm your host, Michael Warren Cobb, and today we'll be doing something a little different. So the invention has two parts today. Well, two parts as in what it is. So a while ago, as some of you know, I turned 18, and I have found that I tend to really like vaping over anything else. I don't really like cigarettes, and I don't like the smell they produce, and I really don't like having any tolerance for nicotine. It's not my thing. I can't stand it, and it's bad for your health anyway. So I looked for something better, more healthy. So recently, a friend of mine, Quentin Alley, he was a good friend of mine. I call him my brother because I've known him for years, and we basically grew up together. So he got me a mini vape unit. It is a, let me show you, a Mark 10 unit, about that big. I've put duct tape over it because the sticker keeps coming off. It's a two-piece unit, about that big. Battery here, and then the cartridge here. So what I've noticed is that you have to keep buying cartridges, and it drives me nuts. So it comes with this little charger right here, and I use a battery pack, or I plug it into the wall personally. But what I do is I've noticed that the cartridges after the first one, because it comes with its own cartridge and a charger piece, but after the first cartridge, and it comes with a coupon that allows you to get $3 off your next purchase. So get a Mark 10 unit is pretty good, but most people are higher on different designs of vape, like the box mod and whatnot. I'm not an expert on these things personally, and it's just something I like to use, but I've modified it since then to, because when I wake up or when I use the vape itself, not really wake up, I can't do it in the morning, it's not my thing, but, I've noticed that after the first cartridge, the refills that you are used up much faster. They're less material. So I went to the vape store, and I got, 0 milligrams. This is a lot of liquid, apparently. They last for a long time. And what I've done was I took my first cartridge and I removed the tip. That's the draw piece, about that big. And inside, I don't know if you can see it that well, is this circular piece. All you do is you take the tip piece, because it comes with a dropper in the inside of it, and you just squirt it into the center hole there. Then you place it on, and go like this. Now, the thing about this one is it's honey lemon flavored, by the way, for those of you who might want to know. I modified it to use vape juice. Now, this is the original. I put tape on it to keep the sticker on it. That's what I've done for all my pieces. But this is the original Mark 10 piece, and this has no other flavoring in it. But what this one has is this one's mint. I don't really use the mint nearly as much. It's more of a breath freshener. However, I don't like it as much. But now, small flashback. About maybe a week ago, Ari went to get me my own unit, wanted to get me a unit, and she got me this this electronic cigarette. It was a disposable one, and I didn't know it didn't have nicotine in it because she was just getting it as a surprise, and so I modified, and she got me a refill thinking that it would work. And these are Logic Vape Pro units, and they're not compatible with the mini pen that she got me, this piece. And so I've tinkered with it enough, it's broken to a point where it can't be used anymore. But the juice in it were not compatible with the e-cig because it was just disposable. So I took out the nicotine part of it and tried to use the vape piece for itself, and I was able to use those cartridges on the actual pen, even though it didn't work as well. And I modified it after that to use just the vape unit. But what I did after that was I found that it didn't break and do so well. So when Quentin got me this little beauty, I wanted to learn right away how to modify it so it would use 0 milligrams. and rather than the cartridge, the first cartridge that it comes with, which has nicotine, I got rid of that immediately and bought 0 milligrams. And the result is actually quite promising. But then I saw those 3 pieces of vape juice that she had gotten for me that were just sitting there useless because they were 0 milligrams, and I thought if I can open them up, then I can use them as well. So what I did was I took another one, an empty one, a different one. This is how I tell the difference between the two. One has more duct tape, and I took the juice from those and put it in. I'm not exactly sure what it is, what the flavor is. It's just very sweet. But all you have to do, as I showed before, is you screw these two together, and then there you go. But, so what I've done now for the second part of the inventions, this is where the invention comes in. You guys are probably wondering, where's this invention? This is Michael Cobb's inventions, not Michael's smoke demo. So, or vape demo, sorry. So what I did was, I didn't want it to look like just a tiny cigarette, because it really looks like a cigarette. And the light lights up at the end, and I was like, yeah, I can do better, right? Well, I didn't have the money to buy a box mod, and I wanted something in my budget. So, I built this. This piece sits like this. Then you just slide the pen in right here. O's. It was something I learned to do when I first got it. But yeah, basically the design is you just slide the pen in right there, and then you can go like this. Now another thing this can do is if you take this, now this is a hand piece, it is just for holding the vape piece, but what I've done is I've also made it twofold. So you take the green piece that's right here, and you take these two pieces where your hand sits, take this, then snap it in the back, then turn these forward, and it is now a charger for your vape piece. So I take my battery piece, and then I unscrew the vape unit cartridge. I'm going to put this one in my top pocket because it's my favorite flavor. Then plug it in, and there you go. So now that it sits like this, it can basically sit on your table like anytime and charge. So that's basically what I do for it, and this works really well. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the demo and the design. I think that if you guys really like vaping but you don't have much of a budget, you can find this Mark 10 in town in Hillsboro for like $10.49. The unit's quite good and it works well, but if you're looking for something of higher quality that has better like draw on it, then you can get units at the vape store up in town for like up in town as well for like $40. But personally, I don't have that kind of money, so I'm cheap as heck. So I looked for something that was good, did its job, tasted good, and went from there. But I hope you guys liked the demo and the show, and if you guys have any questions, you can email me at masterfowl993@gmail.com, and then any other questions can be directed from there in the comments. Also, please, no swearing or vulgar language in my comments. They are rather offensive, and this is also younger audiences read this and watch this, so I'd prefer it if you guys could please keep it to a minimal. I know someone personally who is much younger, about 12 years old or younger, and these kids really like my videos for Iron Man suits and whatnot, and I'd prefer you guys to try and keep it clean for them. It's not just me that I'm making these videos for, or other people. A lot of kids like these videos for Iron Man suits and whatnot. I make a lot of inventions, and a lot of kids like them, and a lot of kids like building them. Widget the Midget, for example, he loves building suits and whatnot with his designs of Kinects, and I want to keep this channel as clean as possible. So thanks very much, guys, and I'll see you next time on Artemis Fowl's Inventions. Peace, guys.